The stars are shining well high above the well of Shekhinah in Zion. The fortune teller which once suggested that I should swap to another brand of brandy foreseen the letter again. She had it already written down on a piece of a black leather in her purse before I visited her. In the smoke behind her, coming from the beach pottery, I saw a white flash, and in it the shape of you appeared. She did this magic too, because she is a good bitch, not a bitch like some of the mockers around. So I could see you, because Alpha's greatest pleasures are always the flashes of his tentacle, in whatever shape or form at any given time. You made me look idle for a whole while, but I wanted you to know that the Jews are working hard on the shape I sent. The big Ó'C you flashed earlier tonight in the heaven. You know I love your works, and you being such a light bringer, but not so much as I do the goddess. It's clear like the sky to all. You're just the time above the space which turns us all in a certain direction, even if we are not prepared, but we at least know the path of its movement. Let me tell you, the appearance of Lucifer is on the opposite timeline before the triple goddess darkens the full moon, which Lucifer lights up in same fashion, just about in a few days from today. Both the darkened moon of Lucifer and the full moon of the goddess Tricolora are close to each other like the lemon with the lime. Same in essence, it's just a different, minute taste, and it doesn't matter which switches which switch. It's 2 by 2 square, 2 blacks and 2 whites. Just make sure you always standing on one of the opposites to the other, that to your counterpole. It's just a natural orbital direction, and without one of the forces will resign, then the movement will stop completely. Think phases and cycles. They repeated itself, but with the opposite polarity when it comes to move. Lucifer on one end of the switch and you on the other, thus creating the triple goddess effect, but only if you let your mind think and let it all flash in front of your eyes really fast, will you discover the third particle which brings it all into the movement. It's a flash in your eyes. You can see even in the brightest sunshine. It's a lightning, ultra fast flash. You can feel its charge, electric in nature, in your mind once it happens. It's inside your eye, but it emanates into our world. It's a flash, a lightning before your eyes. It's coming out of you if you want. And if we learn to control it, then through love we can connect it together into big one. It releases Christ. Well, we already are Christ within ourselves, to a permitted degree, but it can be so much more and stronger. It's hard to even imagine. Cosmic lashes and creative force of light, destructive darkness clashing and dominate over each other for dominion, while creating very life itself in this process. It's counterintuitive. First you are afraid of it because its proportions are so big compared to our understanding, and so alien to human limitation. But it's beautiful and magnificent. But second you know, you want to be one with it forever, surpassing any preceding fear. Grace of God in orgasmic magma, in full flow, so great that it's impossible to stop. And that's the only time you can claim that something is impossible, because all other times everything is possible. This must be so confusing for you, but it's at least a well-made bedtime story I wish to silently whisper into your ear before you fall from the heaven again, my dear Lucifer, Lightbringer, Lovebringer, Light of lights, Love of loves, Goddess of goddesses, sexy perk, flask, allure, sitting royally high up on the back of a black horse, galloping ahead of a legion into the entrance of a deep cliff abyss, dragging the vultures behind its tail to feed them into the darkness with the sacred heron flying in the circles high above our head.
I have so many projects running at the same time. It seems that the space itself wants to rip itself apart. I am multitasking big time, completely losing myself within the conscious, melting away and being the king of the beggars, while no chicken digs for free, makes the process even slower. Only thing which keeps me focused is the Waning Crescent on the horizon, above which you shine for me day and night, and I will finish that big old sea before all the other works as my priority, number one. It will all click into the place in right time, trust me. It's a reflection of the Waning Crescent in the shallow water on the shore of the Toad Lake, deep only to your ankles, and I cannot stop dreaming about you slowly moving towards its center into the deeper, to dip yourself in its living water. Good night.